The Cleveland Browns, long known for the gloomy moniker Factory of Sadness, may soon see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least when it comes to their quest for a shiny new stadium. The team, which has struggled for decades with subpar on field results, now hopes that financial fortunes will align for a state of the art facility that could reshape their future, both in terms of game day experience and revenue streams. The Browns are looking to secure a massive $600 million from the state of Ohio to help fund their proposed $2.4 billion venue, slated to rise in the growing area of Brook Park. While the specifics of how the funding will materialize remain unclear, the team's executives are cautiously optimistic that they'll soon be able to pull off the deal. That is, of course, provided the lingering shadow of the art model law, the contentious piece of legislation that prevents the team from leaving the city, doesn't complicate things. On Wednesday, the Browns sent out Haslam Sports Group Executive Vice President and COO Dave Jenkins to face the media and provide an update on their progress. The mood was measured but hopeful as Jenkins offered his take on the delicate balancing act of public and private financing that lies ahead. We're absolutely thrilled that the Senate has included $600 million in their version of the budget. It's a monumental step forward, but let's be clear. This process is far from over, Jenkins said, maintaining an optimistic tone but also acknowledging the hurdles still ahead. There have been three distinct proposals for the $600 million, starting with the governor's initial push. The House seconded the idea, and now we've reached the Senate. We've seen three different versions, and there's still more work to be done. The team's window for securing this crucial funding is rapidly closing. The state of Ohio has until June 30th to finalize the budget, and the sources of the $600 million are expected to come from a mix of increased taxes on gambling, state bonds, or tapping into the unclaimed property fund, an idea that has already sparked some controversy and debate. But despite the fact that the Browns are banking on these funds to make their dream stadium a reality, Jenkins was quick to address the growing backlash surrounding the team's reluctance to privately finance the project. Critics have argued that the Browns should take on a greater share of the costs, especially in light of the team's multi-billion-dollar valuation. However, Jenkins pushed back against these claims, emphasizing the need for a public-private partnership to make the project viable. We've been transparent from the beginning that a public-private partnership is crucial to getting this project off the ground, Jenkins explained. Some of the criticisms we're hearing don't really capture the full picture. It's inaccurate to suggest that the $600 million we're asking for is coming at the expense of other public funds. There's been a collaborative effort across the state government, and all three branches have expressed a desire to move this project forward. Despite this, Jenkins didn't shy away from acknowledging that the allocation of the $600 million could come at the expense of other important state projects. The state's budget is finite, that $600 million could have gone to other initiatives, but the governor, the House, and the Senate have all made it clear that they see this as a priority. However, there are still obstacles to overcome. In addition to the state funds, the Browns need to secure a hefty $600 million in local funding to make the deal truly a 50-50 public-private split. Unfortunately for the team, the county has already made it clear that they won't be contributing to the new stadium if it's built in Brook Park. This leaves the Browns scrambling to find those additional funds elsewhere, and time is ticking. Even with the challenges ahead, Jenkins expressed confidence that the state funds would ultimately be secured. We're currently working with three different proposals, and while it's impossible to predict what will happen behind closed doors, all three branches of government have expressed support for the $600 million. They've shown a willingness to work together, and that gives us optimism. But as the days inch closer to the final budget approval deadline on June 30th, the fate of the new stadium and the Browns' long-term success remains very much in the air. Will the state's leadership come through with the promised $600 million? Or will the team's hopes for a shiny new home be dashed before they even begin construction? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The Factory of Sadness may soon be getting a much-needed makeover. If they can close the deal in time,